on a progressive journey. In the last decade, from infrastructure to human capacity development, the state has continued to witness rapid economic growth under Professor Babagana Zulum with his 10-pact development agenda. Welcome to Borno Restoration. I'm Jessie Tafida. But first, let's bring you up to speed with Borno Today. About 5,000 internally displaced persons' households have been successfully returned back to their places of abode by the Borno state government. Yet, there are displaced children who don't have anywhere to go. Research reveals that these orphans and unaccompanied children number about 54,000. Despite their situation, they have aspirations. He says, "We don't go to school here. I want to be a doctor when I grow up so as to treat IDPs who are sick. I've never been to school, but I would like to see myself wearing school uniform one day." This one says, "I would like to enroll in both Islamic and Western education. I want to work in the bank and drive a big car when I grow up. This will enable me to buy new clothes for my sister and grandmother." But Nigeria's First Lady is bringing hope to the orphans with this edifice, built on about 2 hectares of land. It is the Future Assured College, which consists of 24 classes, laboratories, an ICT center, and other facilities.
We want to thank the people of Borno State and the Borno State government for giving us the necessary support for this laudable project. We call on all other well-meaning Nigerians to lend their support in these kinds of projects and to appeal on those with unredeemed pledges with Victim Support Fund to please fulfill their promises.
The Victim Support Fund is supporting the project with 500 million naira towards equipping the school.
We have also been working to support peace building efforts across the Northeast, and we have also been in discussion with the state government to say how can we support this particular process. There are so many people that are now coming back.
An MOU was signed between the Aisha Buhari Foundation and VSF to advance this program. It's been 12 years of an intense battle against the Boko Haram insurgency. Many strategies have been adopted by authorities to end the lingering security challenges, but the situation had seemed to defy a military solution. Yet, with persistence and tenacity, the Nigerian military seems to finally be winning the war, with many insurgents now surrendering. It is not over yet, and the armed forces has realized with time a strong collaboration between security agencies is one sure way of ending the lingering security challenges bedeviling the region. It has prompted a visit by the First Commander Multinational Joint Task Force to the Theater Command, Operation Hidden Cape. His visit was to chart a way forward towards restoring peace in the entire region.
The Multinational Joint Task Force has the Lake Chad Basin as its area of responsibility. Now, that particular place is a joint operational area. That's why I'm here, and I look forward to robust consultation with you so that we'll be able to free our area of responsibility.
The Lake Chad region has been described as strategic to the well-being of Nigeria and other neighboring countries. Once peace is restored, economic activities will be reinvigorated in this crucial region.
Your visit today
is significant because it affords us the opportunity to officially now sit down and rediscuss all those issues we have been bringing out, and then together with other commanders be able to put hands together to ensure that we have total peace in the northeast and the Lake Chad region.
Troops in the theater are charged to be more committed to ensuring that sustainable peace is achieved. With this synergy, residents of Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, believe that the insurgency will soon be a thing of the past. Governance under Professor Babagana Zulum has no doubt brought socio-economic advancement to Borno State. It has been all-encompassing, touching the lives of the most vulnerable persons in the state. Let's take this report. Borno State has been in the spotlight of rapid development in recent times. The state has continued to pride itself as an example of socio-economic prosperity in northeast Nigeria. Having suffered setbacks from over a decade-long Boko Haram insurgency, Borno State is fast repositioning itself as one of the most promising states in Nigeria. Many have attributed the success story to forward-thinking leadership provided by the state governors in the last decade. Under Professor Babagana Zulum, the state has witnessed all-round infrastructure development and human capacity building. From security, education, healthcare delivery, resettlement to poverty alleviation, the governor has rekindled the hope of the people through its 10-pact developmental agenda and restoration mission. In the face of adversity, Governor Zulum has continued to lead from the front with enormous support for the military, civilian JTF, vigilante group and local hunters who have played critical roles in the relative peace being experienced in Borno State.
This year, areas under cultivation has increased by about 400%. People have started going back to their farmlands. I'm not saying that the security situation is over completely, but substantial progress has been made in ensuring the safety of farmers in their farmlands, and we are doing well. There's no any region or portion in Borno State that you can term it as under the insurgents. But the insurgents is not over. We're battling with them, and then, but their menace has been reduced. We're looking forward to see how we can completely degrade them. You know, such dimensions of insurgency will take a longer period before somebody will say that the insurgents are completely eliminated. But I think the federal government has done well. The military, the paramilitary, and the civilian JTF, and the community have done well. Peace has gradually started returning home.
Professor Babagana Zulum has been consolidating on the gains of the previous administration in the education sector with construction of mega schools across the state. Many of the people in local communities no longer need to travel long distance to have access to basic and quality education. He advanced the philosophy of education in the state through creation of technical and vocational institutes across 3 senatorial districts of the state. The Vocational Institute in Muna is training about 1,500 youths in different skills.
We have vehicle units. In vehicle units, we have 3 units. We have the panel beating sites, we have the motor vehicles and mechanics, we have the automotive mechatronics unit. The purpose of this automotive mechatronics is most of our modern vehicles now are advanced, or I can say a digital advanced or hybrid cars. So whenever they have problem, for you to diagnose and repair the fault, you have to use a kind of devices, a computer devices that can detect the fault and then immediately arrest the situation. So, and if you can, from the other units in the vehicle units, we have panel beating. So it's not the ordinary panel beating that you know, the roadside panel beating. We have our oven. So we have our expert on ground that we want to take care of that oven.
The health sector also bears the stamp of Governor Zulum's visionary leadership. Apart from upgrading the state specialist hospitals, more primary healthcare centers have been built across the state, especially for those in the suburb. More than 50 primary healthcare facilities were built from the scratch.
I want to appreciate this particular effort of building primary healthcare by the state government, His Excellency Professor Babagana Umar Zulum. This community, as we see, people have been worried for events that was happening within this atmosphere. This atmosphere where you find the young girls and boys are having a very unscrupulous lifestyle. This is an area that became a disturbance to the community before now. This is an area where you find drunkards, drug addicts, and futureless young people who come around to waste time here. But now, with the advance of this particular governor, that is Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, this place has been condemned and changed to be a vital and important atmosphere for the community. You see, it's a primary health care where the people of this community are receiving immediate attention.
His greatest passion is to close most of the IDP camps and resettle displaced people back to their ancestral homes. So far, about 5,000 households have been resettled in new homes built by the state government. Major communities in Borno State have become huge construction sites. Massive road construction and rehabilitation have also been completed.
This flyover that is being constructed will solve a lot of problems in Maiduguri. We are happy with it because it will bring a lot of improvement. It is a good job and we cannot wait for its completion. Kudos to the governor.
The
commencement of the repatriation process.
No doubt that the 846 days of the administration of Professor Babagana Zulum have been remarkable, as the state is fast becoming the envy of others in the Northeast region. It is a template of hope, doggedness, resilience, and optimism that there will always be light at the end of the tunnel. Let's bring you our concluding interview with the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum. I began by asking him about his resettlement drive and the safety of the resettled IDPs in their new homes. Take a listen.
You are right. Security is very important. Without security, resettlement is never feasible. People have to understand this very important phenomenon. But we should also have to understand that the worst form of insecurity is food insecurity. This is the worst form of insecurity. Thousands of people are kept in the internally displaced persons for about 6-7 years who have no access to the agricultural lands. And there is a donor fatigue now. The NGOs can no longer sustain feeding of our internally displaced persons. Government of Borno also can't. And therefore, the only solution left for us is for us to ensure that the IDPs are returned to their ancestral locations. That is one, where there is security. But where there is no security, they have to be relocated to areas where there is security. And that is why President Buhari has provided for the construction of over 10,000 housing units to internally displaced persons to be relocated. We have started relocation, but we are very mindful of the security situation. For us to return population to their villages, we must have clearance from the Nigerian army that the areas of return are safe, and that is why IDPs have to be returned based on safe and voluntary manner as enshrined in the Kampala Convention.
So now coming down to your 2 years in office, you've achieved quite a lot. Recently the president was here and he commissioned some of the projects you've accomplished, and he says he's impressed with this. What should people of Borno expect from you in your second phase of administration?
They should expect more than what I did before.
Okay.
Yes, because it's not enough for me. Once you say, I say that what I did is quite enough, then I can't do much. For me, I think it's not enough. My dream to the people of Borno State are as follows. One, there should be an enabling environment for farmers and for businessmen, both small and medium-scale enterprises and large businessmen, to do their normal business activities without hitch. That means security will never be compromised. Agriculture is key.
Okay.
And then next, we want to create jobs as many as possible. And then most importantly, we want to ensure that we have teachers, doctors and health personnel at our primary school level and primary health care systems. This is very key. Without having these key ingredients, security, agriculture, job creation, education, health and water supply, nothing will be feasible. Yes, we have built more homes. Yes, we have built more clinics. Yes, we have built more schools. But the most important thing is the human capacity development. We want to ensure that we have enough teachers, we have enough doctors. Right now, we don't have enough doctors. We don't have enough health personnel teachers. We don't have qualified teachers in our primary school. And I don't want to deceive people of Borno State that we have enough. We don't have. We don't have qualified teachers. And therefore, I shall provide more.
Your Excellency, talking about infrastructural development, we've seen a gigantic investment in that. And then Borno State is having, for the first time, a flyover. Can you talk us through this investment?
While the investment in infrastructure were done because of two main reasons. One, in order to provide services to the people, because these are services, essential services. You are getting what I'm saying? Two, we wanted to address the issue of unemployment. You can see thousands of homes that we built. Can you imagine how many hundreds, thousands of youths were recruited in the course of constructing these houses? So the nexus between infrastructure and job creation need not to be overemphasized. You can see the custom bridge and you can see thousands of youths that are gainfully employed in this area for the last 1 year. This is one. The second aspect is for us to create access. For example, the Munagara, the custom bridge. Custom is one of the densely populated areas in Borno State, Maiduguri Metropolitan, one of the congested areas. Vehicular movement sometimes is very difficult. So we want to ease things to people. It's not by, we are not just saying, okay, we want to have bridge flyover. This is one of the recommendations that has been given to me by the Nigerian Society of Engineers. They worked and then they submitted a document to me during my electioneering campaign period. And indeed, the people of Borno that have requested that I should provide a flyover in the custom area and another flyover in the post office area. A feasibility studies was conducted and then we found out that a flyover in the custom area is key, it's necessary. Why a flyover in the post office area is not necessary? Because we can expand the existing facilities to reduce the over-congestion. And that was the reason why we started this one. Road networks are very important. Even for us to ensure free movement of agricultural produce. So these are critical infrastructures that are meant to address the essential services requirements of the people, and then two, to provide jobs to the teeming population growth of Borno State.
Okay, so as the executive governor of Borno State, overseeing the hem of affairs of the state, what message do you have to your people?
My message to the people of Borno State is that we shall first of all unite together in trying to address the lingering problem of security in the state. Unity is very important. We have to work together as a team. And then we have to also collaborate with the Nigerian military and paramilitary with a view to meeting the state objectives. This is very important. Then my second call to the people of Borno State is that we shall be patient enough. We shall also collectively continue to pray for peace to reign in the state and in the nation at general. But most importantly, we shall never be lazy. We shall try to work so that we can earn our means of livelihood. Let's go to our farmlands. Let's work hard to sustain ourselves. Government alone can never sustain the people. This is key. Then the last but not the least is for the people to become resilient enough. If somebody wants to maintain peace in the state, sustainable peace in the state, then we must ensure we must be resilient with a view to providing that the environment that is peaceful, environment that is cohesive. We have to also be very strong and defeat the insurgents also, while calling upon all those who are doing this bastardly act to surrender. Lay their arms. Most of them are our own children. Government of Borno State will open opportunities for them to come in and see how we can integrate them into the system. I express my sincere appreciation to all people of Borno State, be it within or outside Nigeria, for the enormous support and enormous prayers that have been rendered to me and indeed to the nation in general. I also want to use this opportunity to all Nigerians. In fact, my supporters cut across the length and breadth of the nation, and I remain eternally indebted to all of them. And I promise to become steadfast to become more courageous, firm, and then committed ever than before to the noble objective of repositioning Borno State to greater heights.
Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, thank you for your time on Borno Restoration. And that's our package on this edition of Borno Restoration. Thanks for watching. I'm Jessie Tafida. See you next time. Bye-bye.